My father said I owed everything to the family. He didn't know I mortgaged my house to buy the boat 18 months ago. The day he tried selling it, I finally told him, out loud, "Don't you dare walk away from me, Callum." The glass hit the counter, cracking but not breaking. My father's face was red, veins visible at his temple. My sister, Eden, hovered at the doorway, biting her nails. My mother, Mara, sat frozen on the couch like a ghost. "You think you can sell it without me?" I said, my voice low. "You think it's yours?" he barked back. "You've never earned a damn thing in this family." The room smelled like whiskey and old wood. My hands trembled, but not from fear, from the weight of silence I'd carried too long. And then Eden pointed at me, her voice sharp as glass. "Dad, he's been lying to you. He's hiding something." My name's Callum Reese, 26. The quiet one. The one they forgot at tables, in conversations, in decisions. Silence suited me for years, because silence kept me safe. But tonight wasn't silence. Tonight, Eden's words dragged me into the fire. She didn't know the truth I carried. None of them did. The boat wasn't just metal and paint to me. It was mine. Paid with blood, bone, and the roof over my head. I clenched my jaw. My father thought I owed him everything. He didn't know he owed me everything. Family members introduced. "Stop it, both of you." My mother's voice cracked. Mara, 53, once graceful, now always tired. Her hands shook as she lifted her glass of water. Eden, 22, sharp tongue, restless eyes. Always Dad's shadow, always reminding me I wasn't good enough. And then there was my father, Russell, 60. A man who believed control was love, and love was control. His words weighed heavier than fists. He turned to me with a sneer. "Callum, don't pretend you've ever sacrificed for this family." I almost laughed. Almost. Russell's fist crashed against the oak table so hard that even Mara flinched. The sound was a thunderclap in that suffocating room. "This house, this family, this boat," he snarled, spit flying from his mouth. "All of it is mine, and I'll sell whatever the hell I want." The veins in his neck pulsed. Eden leaned forward like a wolf beside its alpha. "Oh, here we go," she muttered. Callum with his martyr act, always pretending he's some kind of saint while the rest of us carry the real weight. My mother pressed her palms to her temples, whispering something too soft to hear. Maybe a prayer, maybe just begging for silence. And me? I sat there, still as stone, feeling my insides quake. Because I'd seen this scene before, Russell the tyrant, Eden the chosen heir, Mara the broken queen, and me, the mistake that never stopped haunting them. But this time, something cracked. Eden slipped. She said the words she shouldn't have. "Dad, if you sell it, the bank will find out anyway." The air turned to ice. My stomach dropped. Eden knew something. Something she wasn't supposed to. "What did you just say?" My voice was low. Calm. Too calm. It made Eden's smirk falter. "Don't!" Russell snapped, pointing a shaking finger at her. "Don't answer him!" But Eden's eyes darted, betraying her. I stood, slow, deliberate. The chair screeched across the floor. My chest was burning, but my face stayed blank. "So it's true," I said. "The boat isn't just about money. It's about the lies you've all drowned me in." Mara whispered, "Please, stop." Her voice was so thin it almost disappeared. Russell laughed, but it wasn't laughter. It was venom. "What the hell did we ever take from you, Callum? You were given a roof, food, the family name, and still you act like a victim." My jaw clenched. "You didn't give me silence," I said. "I chose it, and tonight I'm done choosing it." The memory hit me like glass shattering. The bank office smelled like burnt coffee and ink. I was 21, hands trembling as I signed papers that would shackle me for years. A mortgage in my name. The only way to stop the repossession notice I found stuffed in Russell's drawer. I didn't tell a soul. Not Mara, not Eden, especially not him. That night, I came home with empty pockets but a boat still tied to the dock, the last thing my grandfather had ever left us. My inheritance, my lifeline, and Russell. He looked at me with contempt when I couldn't pitch in for dinner, called me useless. Mara nodded quietly. Eden smirked. None of them knew that I had saved the very thing Russell was secretly destroying, and I carried that secret for years. The silence broke like lightning. You think I don't know? My voice cut through the room. I stared straight at Russell. About the loan you took out in Eden's name? About the second mortgage you hid from Mom? Russell's face drained of color. Mara's water glass slipped, shattered across the floor, the shards catching the light like knives. Dad? Eden's lip trembled. Her bravado melted into a child's fear. Is that true? Russell slammed his fist again. You shut your damn mouth, Callum. But I didn't. I'd carried silence like armor my whole life. Now it was my weapon. I know every lie you ever told, Russell. Every forged signature. Every debt you piled on top of Eden, on top of Mom. You made me the scapegoat so they wouldn't see the monster standing in front of them. Mara sobbed into her hands. Eden shook her head, backing away from her father like she didn't recognize him. The king had been stripped naked in his own castle. The room collapsed into chaos. Shouts overlapped. Mara begging, Eden screaming, Russell roaring. He grabbed Eden's arm, yanking her toward him. You don't believe him. He's jealous. He's always been jealous. Let go of me, she cried, twisting, eyes wide with terror. I didn't move, not yet. I watched. Because for once it wasn't me being torn apart. It was them. Finally I spoke, and my voice sliced through the storm. I gave you all my silence. Tonight, I give you the truth. Russell froze, breathing heavy, eyes bloodshot with fury. Mara peeked through trembling fingers. Eden stared at me like I was both her enemy and her savior. Why didn't you ever tell me? Mara whispered, broken. I turned to her. Because you never asked. Eden's face twisted. You ruined everything. No, I said, standing taller than I ever had. He did. I just stopped covering for him. By midnight, the house was a battlefield of slammed doors and hoarse voices. The walls themselves seemed tired of holding secrets. I walked out into the night air. The dock creaked under my steps. The sea smelled of salt and rain, washing away the poison of that house. The boat sat there, dark and waiting. Mine. Paid with blood no one would ever see. Behind me, the door opened. Mara stepped out, her shoulders hunched, face pale under the porch light. Callum, she whispered. Her hand lifted, trembling, reaching for mine, but she let it fall back. I'm sorry. 2 words. They sounded broken, but real. I nodded, my eyes on the boat. They'll never see me the same again. She looked at me like she wanted to argue, to beg, but I cut her off. And I don't need them to. For once, I meant it. Weeks later, the house became a graveyard of ghosts. Russell kept his distance, nursing his pride like a wound that would never heal. Eden packed her bags and moved in with a friend, her trust shattered. Mara called me sometimes, her voice softer, her walls cracked, but even she knew things would never be whole again. Every night, I worked on the boat, my sacrifice, my freedom. Rust peeled away. Wood shone again. The engine roared like a heart coming back to life. And as I leaned against the railing, salt wind in my face, I felt the weight slide off me piece by piece. I hadn't forgiven them. Maybe I never would. But their lies no longer chained me. As the engine growled under my hands, I whispered into the night sea. For the first time, I'm free. The waves answered, and for once I believed them. If you were in my place, would you forgive them, or would you walk away forever? Tell me in the comments. Your voice matters here. Subscribe for more emotional, real stories. Like if you connected with Callum's silence, his strength, and his truth. Share your own story, because healing begins when we speak.